Welcome back to the 5-Star Life Show. I'm your host, Coach Seth. I'm joined in studio with my co-host, Coach Mia.
Thanks, Seth.
And, if you just tuned in, I really want to encourage you. You can listen to this show anywhere that podcasts are streamed. You can also catch some of these episodes on YouTube at the 5-Star Life. And we're super excited to announce that we have a new platform partner. It's At Your Home TV, which actually is our biggest audience right now. We just started like a week and a half ago, and boom, there's lots of people watching. So if you're watching on Your Home TV, thank you so much for tuning in. I hope you enjoy the show. Give us some feedback, give us some comments. And remember, if you hit the subscription button, you won't miss an episode. Also, it helps us, if you like the show, share it with other people. So we're talking about personality and how to transform your personality. And I was talking to a kid yesterday. At Summit. So for those of you just tuned in, we have this 350-acre, beautiful, innovative learning campus that is a place where lives transform in every way. Their mindset, their heart, their relationships, their skills, their competencies. It's just incredible. It's like heaven on earth for kids. And so I'm talking to this kid at the end of the day. Just met him, and he just starts, I start asking questions. He just starts babbling, he's talking. And he's like, yeah, my mom says I need social, experiences. And she says I'm not good socially. And he's just rambling off about, what his mom says. And I said, what do you think? He's like, I'm good. I got 2 friends. Or I got 3 friends, and I'm good with those 3 friends. Kind of like we just talked about in the previous segment. Mm-hmm. And I said, well, why does she say you need social interaction? Like, I know that's why you're at our camp. She's like, I don't know. She just thinks like I can't get along. Like I can't keep friends. I have a hard time making and keeping friends. Is that what she says? Is that what you say? He said, yeah, it's kind of true. Like I had 3 friends, but I lost one yesterday, so I'm down to 2. And I'm like, what do you think it is? And at that moment, another kid walks up and introduces himself to me, and they're talking. They had been in the same group at camp today, so they kind of knew each other. Well, that kid kind of makes a comment to this kid I'm talking to, and like that, this kid gets up, grabs the kid by the arm, and starts swinging him around like he's going to throw him to the ground. And this kid is just trying to have fun. He knows the kid is kind of having fun with him, so his response is to grab him hard and swing him around almost to the ground. And I'm watching the other kid's face. And he's like getting red. He's awkward. He's like, what is this kid doing? He's grabbing my arm. This is awkward. This is in front of Coach Seth and other people. Like, he just felt like super weird.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, I see exactly what your mom's talking about.
Did you share that with him?
Yeah. I said, I said, hey, just chill out for a second. So he came back over and I said, I think I just witnessed what your mom's talking about. He said, what? He looked at me like, what? I said, you're having fun, right? He's like, yeah. And I looked at the kid, I said, and are you having fun? He's like, no. I said, I think we're onto something. Somehow your version of fun and his version of fun, they are not the same. And what we teach in this lesson is, you look at like a magnet. It attracts all kinds of things. If you have a magnetic personality, you just attract people naturally. But if you put 2 opposites or 2 positives together, 2 negatives or 2 positives together, what will they do? They will diametrically oppose each other. There's a invisible magnetic field that will oppose, that they cannot get close. They're repulsive to each other. And if we're not intentional, we all have some personality traits that are repulsive to other people. Now, if we have parents that are really engaged, that's what parents' role is, to help young kids get rid of repulsive personality traits. That's the role, whether we as parents know it or not, but you're trying to grind off the rough edges, sand them down, and say, hey, you might not want to pick your nose in public. And then, hey, you might not want to, physically touch and get into people's space. There's this, like all those conversations that parents have with kids, it's personality shaping.
As a parent, though, it's so hard because it's repetitive correction. And then I mean, how do you handle that? At first it's kind and then it's like, stop picking your nose.
Yeah, it is. It's so hard because as parents, we see everything. It's like they're precious children of God and monsters at the same time. So it's like you have this love-hate relationship where you see the best and the brightest future and you're like, are they ever going to make it? And while we coach parents to always keep the vision of your kid at their best in your mind, I think the key that I've tried to latch onto that I've learned from wrong action, when you see everything, the volume is all turned up, that's when we're an abrasive, obnoxious parent, where we're just grinding on our kids. And that can have a super toxic impact on our kids where our kids think they don't like us. It will shape their personality to be insecure because they feel like they're just under this microscope. So it's like we've got to turn the volume down and somehow latch on to just like take the biggest thing that, like the nose picking. If we can pick one thing at a time and kind of drown out the other things until they get that, you can't have 15 things for them to work on at a time. That's overwhelming for kids. And that will hurt their personality.
That's a good point, because I think too, we try to wipe it all out at once and address it all at once. Because, as again, parents in today, too, you're going. It's like, I got to correct this now.
Yeah, 100%. And there's so many middle school kids we talk to that's when the rift between their parents starts to happen. And I've had so many kids just say, my parents, like my mom, my dad, they just nag me and chastise me nonstop. And the parents are well-meaning. Like they're taking ownership for their kids. They're trying to help their kids. Mm-hmm. But just turn the volume down. Love your kids. Look past all the things they're doing wrong. Focus on the top one or two, and just go through those things little by little. And the other thing is, sometimes some habits are really hard to die. Like some of those things take a while, and so then maybe you ease off that one for a little bit, and maybe get some advice from other parents that have had kids with a similar nose picking or lying or obnoxious or not keeping their hands to themselves. I mean, think about who you can talk to that might have had a success with their kids in the way they went about it. Mm-hmm. Sometimes, like if it's not changing relatively quick, then we might need to go back to the drawing board. Maybe our approach needs to be changed.
You know what, though? You can almost have to have a check-in as a parent, to tell yourself that, because you get so caught up in it and you're frustrated and it's not changing and it's hard.
And it's usually kind of the frustration feeds into fear, because then our mind goes to, what are the ramifications if they don't figure this out? They're going to be lonely. They're going to be obnoxious. Nobody's going to like them. That's going to have a huge impact on their life. So then fear comes in, and then we think we got to go harder. It's like, usually that's not the approach. Yeah. Usually a change of approach. So what are some of the things that we can do to shift our transform our personality? It literally, what we teach kids is it starts with respect. It's one of our 5-star core values. If you can treat others the way they want to be treated, it will change your personality. It will change how you come across to people. Our problem is usually, as kids, we're focused on us. We're not thinking about, respect is treating others the way they want to be treated. So it's now being mindful of, how do they want to be treated? And being more aware of, reading their body language, reading their emotional levels, reading what's going on in the situation. And that's a sign of respect. But ultimately, there's some simple, respectful things that ultimately are game changers for your personality. And we'll hit those when we come back next. Again, at the break, really want to encourage you, if you haven't liked this or shared this or gone to our website, go check it out and share this with somebody. We'll be right back after this.